Hi, Round Lake families. I'm Jen Cooper Wells, Social Emotional Learning and Student Development Coordinator for the district. Are you ready for summer? I am so ready for the warm weather, even though I love air conditioning. I love being able to go outside, read books, enjoy the birds, enjoy the warm breezes. So I thought, what would be a great thing to do with the family? Take a blanket, go outside, whether it's at a park or whether it's in your front yard or backyard, whether it's by a tree or in an open field, take a book with you. And while you're reading that book, focus on a couple of things. One, relationships. How do the characters interact with the other characters? So are they friends? Are they enemies? Are they social acquaintances? Are they family members? Talk about their relationships, the good, the bad, the ugly. But go through and talk about there's different types of ways to interact with people. Relationships are key to social growing, but it's also good to understand what makes a good friend. Then the next thing is talk about the regulating of emotions. So when the characters are experiencing whatever they're experiencing, stop and ask your child, what are the characters feeling? And how do you know? What are the clues? Is it the body language and the illustrations? Is it the nonverbal face? Is it what they're saying? Is it how they're acting? And then ask your child, have you ever felt that same way? Again, we want to help the kids to be able to identify their emotions and be able to put emotion words on those emotions, like to label them. Then we also want them to be able to identify what the conflict is. So as you're going through the story, have them identify what was the problem. What did the character need to do? How did they solve it? Did they get help? Most times when you have a conflict, you need help from other people, and it is a-okay to ask for help. And then the last thing is ask the kids, would you have solved it that way or would you have solved it differently? We want to help the students to think outside of the box and to problem solve and be able to go through and identify, well, I could have done this or I could have done this, and be able to come up with the pros and the cons for each of those solutions. So during the summer, when you're out and about, always have a blanket handy and a spare book or two or three so that you can sit outside, enjoy the warm weather, the warm breeze, the birds, a little bit of mosquitoes, and have a great conversation over a book, focusing on relationships, regulation, and routines.